Hello children, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good. As you all know that we have started a chapter number 5, that is common fraction, and we have completed our exercise 5.1. Now till yesterday we have done comparison of unit fraction, and we have used two methods for comparing unit fraction. First method is like fraction method and the second method is cross multiplication method, and related to that only we have done two questions of exercise 5.2. As I told you yesterday that today we are going to do one activity also related to that only, related to comparing unit fraction. For that you required paper colored paper you will keep it along with you, and after completing exercise 5.2 then we are going to do activity that is related to comparison of unit fractions. So let's start children. Till question number 2 we have completed yesterday. Now as you can see question number 3 in your book itself. What is that question number 3 here? So before I come to question number 3 of exercise 5.2, I want to repeat what we have learned yesterday. So what we have learned two methods of comparing unit fraction. Now what are unit fraction? The fractions having 1 as a numerator, they are called unit fraction. So here you can see in question number 3 all the unit fractions have been given. See here, 1 by 7, 1 by 9, 1 by 6, 2 by 12, 1 by 13, 1 by 8, 1 by 19 and 1 by 79. Now what you have to do, you have to compare these unit fraction. Now what is the question here? What is the question here? Question you can see. Now the question is write greater, smaller or equal to in the box to make a correct sentence. Means what you are going to put in the box. Which symbol you will use to satisfy these blank, or which fraction is greater, which one is smaller or equal to the other fraction. So in this basically we have to do comparison of fraction. We have to do comparison of fraction. So let's do it this. First of all you have to remember greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. Greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. Greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. If you will remember this, easily you can do all these questions. So yesterday only we have done this. So now this is your time to tell what is that. Now 1 by 7 and here 1 by 9. Now greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. So in these two unit fraction, which fraction is smaller, 1 by 7 or 1 by 9? Which one is smaller? Yes, 1 by 9 is smaller because greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. So which sign we will put? Yes, the first one. 1 by 7 is greater than 1 by 9. Now we'll come to 1 by 6 and 2 by 12. Can you tell me which sign you are going to put here? Quite simple. It is quite simple. If you will think a little bit, you can tell the answer. Yes, you will use here equal to symbol. Why? If you will reduce this fraction, see here, 2 1 time and 2 6 time. So this fraction will be 1 by 6. Now if I say that these two fractions are the examples of equivalent fraction. Equivalent fraction, what are the equivalent fraction? When we multiply a common number with the numerator and that common number with the denominator, and whatever new fraction which we will get it, that will be the equivalent fraction of the given fraction. So here 2 by 12 is the equivalent fraction of 1 by 6. and equivalent means itself is equal to. So which sign we will put? This equal to. Means what? 1 by 6 is equal to 2 by 12. 1 by 6 is equal to 2 by 12. Now again 1 by 13 and 1 by 8. You have to remember that rule. What is that rule? Greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. Now which fraction is less? 1 by 13, because 13 is greater than 8. 13 is greater than 8. So that fraction will be lesser. So you are going to put this sign. Now come to D part. Again you have to remember that rule only. What is that rule? Yes, greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. Greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. So which fraction is less? 1 by 79 or 1 by 19? Yes, 1 by 79 is lesser. 1 by 79 is lesser. So which sign we are going to put here? Here 1 by 19 is greater. So we will put this sign. This 1 by 79 will be smaller. So like this you are supposed to do this question number 3. If you will remember that rule, you can do easily that comparison of unit fraction. So children, with this we have completed our question number 3. I hope there is no problem here. So children, with this we have done our question number 3, which is put the symbol to compare two unit fraction. Now our question number 4 is, there are some packets of potato chips in a shop. There are some packets of potato chips in a shop. Ragini bought 1 by 3 of the packets and Vicky bought 1 by 7 of the packets. Now each packet cost rupees 20. Each packet cost rupees 20. Who paid less money? Now basically in this question you are not supposed to find it out what cost of chips was bought by Rajni and what cost of chips was bought by Vicky. Basically what is there? You have to compare the fraction, and the fraction will only tell whichever fraction will be greater, that person is going to pay more money, or other person, whichever fraction is lesser, that person is going to pay less money. So in this question you are not supposed to find the price of or the cost of all the chips bought by Rajni and bought by Vicky. So I'll read out that question once again. What is that question here? Now the question is, there are some packets of potato chips in a shop. Now how many potato chips are there in the shop? That is not given. Rajni bought 1 by 3 of the packets. Means whatever total number of packets are there, out of that Rajni bought 1 by 3 of the packet. Then Vicky bought 1 by 7 of the packets. Now each packet cost rupees 20. Who paid less money? Whosoever fraction will be less, that person is going to pay less money. Now fraction of packets bought by Rajni, that will be your first statement. Fraction of packets bought by Rajni. How much fraction of packet bought by Rajni? That is 1 by 3. Similarly, you will write fraction of packets bought by Vicky. Now you will write it out. Second statement, what we have written, the first statement, fraction of packets bought by Rajni. Fraction of packets. See children, in this question it is not given how many packets are there. So that you don't require to find it out also. Because they have asked that who paid less money. One who bought less packets of chips, that person is going to pay less. So here in this we have to compare the fraction only. whosoever fraction will be less, that person is going to pay less. So now first statement you will write here, fraction of packets bought by Rajni, that is 1/3. Similarly you will write fraction of packets bought by whom? Yes, bought by, yes, correct, that is Vicky. That is how many, what will be the fraction of packets bought by Vicky? That is 1/7. Now whose fraction is greater? Whose fraction is greater? Obviously lesser the fraction, lesser the denominator, greater the fraction. Now here you will write here 7 is greater than 3. So which fraction is smaller? 1/7 is smaller than 1/3. Or if I say that which fraction is greater, then 1/3 is greater than 1/7. So who paid less money? Vicky. Obviously Vicky has bought less fraction of chips, packets of chips. So Vicky is going to pay less. In this question you have to find out who paid less money. So here in this question Vicky paid less money. So what you will write? Therefore Vicky paid less money than whom? Yes, than Rajni. So we will see this question again. What is given in the question? You have been given with the fraction of packets bought by Rajni and Vicky. So this will be your first statement, fraction of packets bought by Rajni, that is 1/3. Then second statement, fraction of packets bought by Vicky, that is 1/7. Now here you can see 7 is greater than 3. It means bigger the denominator, lesser the fraction. So if 7 is greater, then 1/7 is going to be smaller than 1/3. Then 1/7 will be lesser. So therefore who bought 1/7 of the fraction? That is Vicky. Vicky has bought 1/7 of the fraction. Therefore Vicky paid less money than Rajni. That is the question only. In the question it is asked that who paid less money. Just only for that. Now there is no use of ₹20 which is given. That is only given for like that only. So we'll come to question number 5 now. I hope this question number 4 is clear to everyone. Now we'll come to question number 5, that is Vishal and Abdul sat for an examination. Vishal and Abdul sat for an examination. For example, like you and your friend is giving the examination. Vishal finished his examination earlier by 1/4 of the total time. 1/4 of the total time. And Abdul finished earlier by 1/5 of the total time. Now what is the total time? That is not given. Like in the previous question, what is the total number of chips is not given. So that is not required also, because these questions are related to comparison of unit fraction only. So we are going to compare fraction and then we are going to find out the answer. So let's start question number 5. So now question number 5, Vishal and Abdul sat for an examination. Vishal finished his examination earlier by 1/4 of the total time and Abdul finished earlier by 1/5 of the total time. Who took more time in writing the examination? Who took more time? Whosoever fraction will be greater, that person is going to take more time in writing examination. So let's come to the question. What will be the first statement? Now fraction of time, how much time taken by Vishal and Abdul is given in fraction. So that will be the statement only, fraction of total time taken by Vishal and fraction of total time taken by Abdul. That fraction you are going to write. After that we are going to compare the fraction and then we will find it out which fraction is lesser or which fraction is greater. As greater fraction person is going to take more time to write the examination. So let's start that. Now, what will be the first statement? Fraction of total time taken by Vishal. What is the time or what will be the fraction of time taken by Vishal? What will be the fraction of time taken by Vishal? That is 1 by 4. That is 1 by 4. Similarly, we will write what will be the fraction of total time taken by Abdul. Now we will write second statement, that is fraction of total time taken by Abdul. Now, how much time or how much fraction of time taken by Abdul? That is 1 by 5. That is 1 by 5. So now we are going to compare these two fractions, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. So let's start comparing it. Now here 5 is greater than 4. Here you will write here 5 is greater than 4. Now remember the rule, greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. So it means 1 by 5 is less than 1 by 4. 1 by 5 is less than 1 by 4. Or you can say that 1 by 4 is greater than 1 by 5. Then who took more time or who took less time? Obviously the fraction which is, so here 1 by 4 is greater. So greater the fraction, that person is going to take more time. So here who took 1 by 4 time? Vishal. So you will write therefore Vishal took more time than Abdul. Fine. So what we have done here? We have compared both the fraction of total time taken by Vishal, that we have written fraction of total time, that is 1 by 4. So we have written there 1 by 4, then fraction of total time taken by Abdul, that is 1 by 5. Now we will start comparing it, that is 5 is greater than 4. It means greater the number, lesser the fraction, then 1 by 5 will be less than 1 by 4. Therefore, Vishal took more time than Abdul. Whosoever fraction will be greater, like Vishal's fraction is greater, 1 by 4 is greater. So Vishal took more time to write the examination. So with this we have completed our exercise 5.2. I hope you don't have any problem in these questions. These questions are quite simple. You are supposed to compare unit fraction. In this we are not going to find it out any solution. You have to compare unit fraction. Whenever it is asked who took more time, then you are supposed to find it out only by comparison. By comparing you can tell that who took more time. Fine children. So with this we have completed exercise 5.2. Now we'll come to our lab activity of this comparison of unit fraction. So let's start our lab activity. So children, let's start our lab activity in which we are going to compare 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. As you can see on the board, lab activity like that, you will put heads in your notebook and after completing exercise 5.2 then you are going to do this activity. Now let us compare 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. Now what do you require for doing this activity? Yesterday I have told you to be prepared with colorful paper. So we will do this activity with colorful paper. Okay children. So let's start. You can use these kind of A4 size sheets, handmade sheet or A4 size sheets. These kind of sheets you can use. These kind of stripes you can use of same color or of different color. You can use of white color paper also and then color it with different color. So what you have to do, you have to compare 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. So here I have taken two colored strip. One is pink and another is purple. And the length of both the strip is same. The length of both the strip is same. You can see this. The length of both the strip is same. So you have to take two strips. Either they are of same color or they are of different color. Take it and it must be of equal length. See this? It must be of equal length. Just like that you have to take two colored strips. Now the first step is to make 1 by 2 with one and 1 by 3 with another. So let's start. Take two equal rectangular strips of a white chart paper or colored food paper. Now with one strip, what I am going to represent? Which fraction? 1 by 2. Now what I am going to do? This strip I am going to fold it from the center and divide it into two equal parts. This you can see here. This. Now this portion I'll mark it with pen, pencil or with any colored sketch pen. Fine. So I'll mark it here. And then another strip, I'll take it another strip. And with this strip I am going to divide this strip into three equal part. Three equal part. I'll divide it into three equal part so that each part will represent 1 by 3 fraction. Fine. So I have divided it into three part. Just put a line and then we will see that we have divided into three equal parts. Now I'll show you how will you. Now see children, like this you will divide it into three parts and then write down 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Now each part represent 1 by 3. Similarly in other strip also which you have divided into two equal part, then each part will represent 1 by 2. Here 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Now what you will do it? You will cut along with this line. You will take it out 1 by 2. See it once again. Along the folding one only you will draw a line with sketch pen, with a pen or with a pencil. So each part, two equal parts are there. So each part will become 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. Similarly, when we will talk about other strip, we will draw a line along with the lines one with the folding part, and then each part will be 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. So what we will do, we will take it out one portion of this strip and one portion of this strip, and then we are going to compare. So we will take it out one portion of 1 by 3. I'll cut it out 1 by 3, and similarly I'll take it out one portion of 1 by 2. Now let's compare it. Let's compare which one is greater. Can you see this? Which one is greater? 1 by 3 or 1 by 2? 1 by 3 or 1 by 2? Which one is greater? Again I'll show you. Which one is greater? See this? Okay. Now let's see. See it carefully. Which one is greater? 1 by 3 or 1 by 2? Which one is bigger? 1 by 2 is bigger. So with this activity we can compare two unit fraction. Now what you will write it in this activity? See this once again, 1 by 3 is smaller than 1 by 2. 1 by 2 is bigger here. Fine. So with this paper strip activity we have compared two unit fraction. So let's see this. Once again what you are going to write here, whatever description given in the book, that you will write it out, that what are the different steps of doing it, that you will write it out in your notebook. And along with that, first you will paste two strips of equal size, and then representing it that I am dividing it, that given strip, into 1 by 2 and 1 by 3. Dividing it to 1 by 2 here, 1 by 2, 1 by 2, and in the second case you are going to divide it into 1 by 3, 1 by 3 and 1 by 3. Then comparison one, again you are going to cut it out and then you are going to compare. See, comparison part you will do it separately, 1 by 2 and then 1 by 3. 1 by 2 and then 1 by 3. So what you will write? You will write the whole procedure which is given. You will write, take two rectangular strips of colorful chart paper or a white chart paper, whatever given here, that or whichever you are using, that you will write it down. Now fold one of the above rectangular piece into half, into two equal parts. Then press the fold so that a crease is formed. Unfold paper and color one part as shown in the figure, and then each part represent 1 by 2. Then you have to take another strip and then fold it into three equal parts. Press the fold so that crease are formed. Unfold the paper and color one part as shown in the figure, and then you will compare it. Fine. So with this you can compare two unit fraction. Now this unit fraction activity, lab activity, you are supposed to do it in your copy. I hope this activity is clear to everyone. Now with this activity, we have completed our comparison of unit fraction. So children, let us revise what we have learned today. We have learned comparison of unit fraction, two methods of unit fraction comparison, that is like fraction method and cross multiplication method. Conclusion also we have learned, greater the denominator, lesser the fraction. If you will remember this, you don't feel any doubt, you don't have any problem while comparing two unit fraction. So children, what we are going to do tomorrow, let's take an introduction of what we are going to do tomorrow, that is fraction in their lowest terms. Fraction in their lowest term. So what is that, fraction in their lowest term? Let's see few of the things. Fraction in their lowest term. A fraction is in its lowest term if its numerator and denominator cannot be divided by a common factor except one. Or if I'll say, if there will be only one common factor, that is 1 in numerator and denominator, then we will say that given fraction is in its lowest term. So remember that only, that if you have any fraction and in the given two numbers except one you don't have any other common factor, then you will say that given fraction is in its lowest term. So see few of the example of lowest term. 3 by 4, is it in lowest term? Yes, 3 by 4 is it in lowest term, because in 3 and 4, 3 is a prime number, 4 is the first composite number, 3 is a prime number. Now what are prime numbers, that we have done in our previous chapter, but whenever we will talk about it, we will revise it. Prime numbers are those numbers which are having only two common factor, 1 and the number itself. Now common factors of 3 and 4. Now factors of 3 is 1 and 3, and factors of 4 will be 1, 2 and 4. So what are the common factors here? 1 is the common factor. So we will say that 3 by 4 is in its lowest term. So that we are going to do it tomorrow. Fraction in their lowest term, and our next exercise also will find it out that how the fraction will be in its lowest term. So children, now what is your homework? Your homework is you have to complete exercise 5.2, that is question number 3, 4 and 5. Along with that you have to do lab activity in your notebook. Lab activity also you are supposed to do it with colorful paper, with the white paper you can color it, and it's up to you which paper you want to use it. So it's totally up to you. Fine. I hope you have enjoyed the class also, and do the work properly and neatly in your notebook and send it on my email. So that's all for today. Good day children.